Hello, everyone. I'm really, really happy to see you here. Even if we're not at school, it feels like we are all together by doing this. I really want to invite you all to put the best out of yourselves and let's learn as much as possible. For this unit, I was thinking of something that would be absolutely relevant for you and for your future. And what I want to give you is a list of good strategies to read and comprehend what you're reading, and also to understand what you're listening to. And also, when it comes to speaking about it, to be able to do so appropriately. So we are going to divide all of this work into four parts. Our aim is to show that the critical use of communication requires accurate arguments to emphasize. In order to do so, you will become a journalist of supposedly your own magazine. If we have time and your articles are amazing, we are going to actually make a magazine altogether. So your audience is going to be readers of your magazine, and the idea is that you want to show information and the need to be interpreted critically. That information is to get a clearer idea, so be able to argument a position convincingly. That means that you are going to teach others or to instruct others to read appropriately in order to judge if the information is relevant or irrelevant. Having done that, you're going to write an article explaining how information could be interpreted differently in various resources, read and heard, with the conclusion posing your own interpretation of things. In order to do that, you're going to research different media resources, but I'm going to divide the four formative assessments in order to explain how to address each one of these media elements in order to be able to judge and evaluate which readings are best or worth taking into account when it comes to writing your own paper. We have 10 items to check to do this, and in this case the 10 items have to do with comprehending texts read and identifying key information, interpreting main messages when you're hearing something, understanding the elimination process technique to comprehend the texts you read and also listen to, comprehend reading texts and identifying the keywords again, also identifying keywords and new vocabulary from what you hear, using a tree graphic organizer to sketch a research process, but that will come when it comes to formative 3 or 4. Make an accurate choice of words to transmit a message, use an appropriate sentence structure when writing, to develop arguments using an appropriate structure when speaking, and using sophisticated vocabulary to emphasize when you're speaking and even when you're writing. It is important that you start gathering new vocabulary, because informative one, the one that just comes, you're going to be dealing with reading and listening. Formative 2 will deal more with writing, and then we'll leave 3 and 4 to nail all previous skills and add others. I'll be planning this according to our lessons. You need to participate of every lesson. Every lesson in the morning we are going to meet to get organized, and if you have started already, to explain how everything needs to happen. And in the afternoon when we meet, you're going to ask me further questions and close the subject for that day and for that week. During that half an hour, I'm going to give you the answers for all the exercises you've made and answer questions if you have them. Okay, don't forget that every class, we are going to have class every Friday, and at the end of the day at 3:30 p.m. more or less, you have to have everything done. The activities are only going to appear in your classroom in due time. Let's say if we have a class on Friday, every Friday at 6 a.m. you're going to be able to see the activities, and then all activities are going to close at 3:30 of that same day. That means you won't be able to work any other day. And the idea of this is that you get really organized, and every day you emphasize on the subject matter that you have that day. Therefore, you're going to be organized, and at 4 p.m., you're all free. See you guys.